Welcome back to the next tutorial. So in this one we're going to talk about how WebDriver works and kind of take a quick look at the WebDriver architecture and all those things. It's going to be a pretty short one, so let's get started. I created one very small presentation. It's not going to be very long, just 2 pages. So let's first talk about Selenium RC's limitations and why did we need WebDriver, the WebDriver new one, right? So Selenium RC's we talked in previous lecture also, right? It is used to work on the principle of JavaScript injection. So we used to just inject JavaScript in different browsers and used to operate all those commands like clicking on an element or getting the title or getting the current path or anything. It just used to work on JavaScript injection, because of which there were issues working with pop-ups, dialogues, multiple browsers, mainly because why every browser implements JavaScript in their own way. They implement it differently and they have their own implementation. So one common JavaScript is gonna definitely have a lot of issues with multiple browsers. So that was the need that we had to come up with WebDriver. So what happens in WebDriver? There is no proxy server. So in RC there was a proxy server that used to send all the commands, whether you're writing in Java, Python, wherever, but is used to send all the commands to the browsers in the form of the JavaScript. But now there's a Selenium server, no proxy server we need. What happens is these are the three things that you're seeing, right? So languages, Selenium server, and drivers. Languages are what are the language bindings that are available. So we have Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, PHP, all those, right? Multiple languages available that we can work with. Now Selenium server, what it does is it's a set of APIs. So right, it's kind of an interface. So what happens is when you are going to write a test case, and let's say you're writing in Java or Python or C Sharp, any language, you're going to be using the Selenium server's APIs. The APIs provided by our Selenium server. That's what you're going to be using. That's what you're going to be calling internally. And that Java language binding is going to be sending commands across using the WebDriver API. So it's going to send the commands in the Selenium server, and what it's going to do is it's going to send commands to different drivers. Now we don't have one driver. We have different drivers for all the different browsers. So let's say for Firefox, we have a Firefox driver. For Internet Explorer, we have IE driver. For Chrome, we have Chrome driver, and many more like HTML unit driver or some other Safari driver and all those different drivers. So we have driver for every single browser. And how it helps, so basically what's going to happen is on the other end the driver is listening. This driver is waiting for the commands that's coming from the Selenium server, and it's going to interpret those commands and execute them on the actual browsers. So what happens is Firefox does it by they have plugins, and then IE Internet Explorer they have DLLs, and Chrome driver is implemented natively. So what happens is they listen to the commands that's coming from the Selenium server, and then they talk to the browsers in their own language, native language. So Firefox driver knows how to communicate to Firefox browser, right? IE driver knows how to communicate to Internet Explorer, and Chrome driver knows how to communicate to Chrome. So all they use their native commands to talk to the actual browsers, and when that's done, the result is returned to us in the form of the UI that we see that everything is running fine, all the actions are happening. So the advantage is that because of its using the native commands, it can easily talk to the browsers. We don't need any additional Selenium RC server. It supports a lot of different combinations like mobile applications drivers as well, on all those different drivers for the different browsers as well. The chances of failures are reduced drastically because of there is no JavaScript injection right now. Most likely it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna work on the way it is supposed to, right? The way we want it to be work, it's gonna work that way. So the chances of failure are reduced drastically. So these are the main advantages, and also the speed has also improved because now we don't have any proxy server. So the speed has also improved. It's not slow as Selenium RC. So definitely the speed has improved. So there are a lot of advantages. It's really good. So the next thing is it's very quick. It's WebDriver interface. So basically the WebDriver, we're gonna define drivers are something like WebDriver and then give it a name, and then new Firefox driver or new Chrome driver or new IE driver or new Safari driver or new HTML unit driver, anything, we're gonna define different instances for different browsers. So WebDriver is an interface, and all the Firefox driver, IE driver, Chrome driver, or others, they all implement their interface into them. So they're all classes which implements the WebDriver interface. So the advantage is they all implement the same interface. That's why they have the same methods available in all the different classes. So to say we want to get the title of my browser, then I have to just use get title method, and it's gonna work on all the different browsers because the method name is same, because all these classes are implementing the same interface. It's just that they might have different implementations inside it, but to us it's just the same method name. To click on an element, it's again the same method, dot click. It might have different implementations in different classes, but for us it's going to be the same method name. And that's the advantage of the WebDriver interface that they're implementing. So all classes provide the same method names to us, and it's really easy for us. We don't have to remember different methods for different browsers, different drivers. So it's all in one place for us. No hassle. It's really great. It works the great way. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I think that covers how WebDriver works, and that's what I want to talk about. And I've been talking about HTML unit driver, so I'll just give it a shot, maybe 30 seconds. So HTML unit driver, that's a headless browser. It is again a browser, but it does not show you any graphical user interface. So it does not have any UI on it. So whatever you do, you send the command to HTML unit driver, it performs, it talks to the REST API back, it performs those actions, and it sends us the results back. If it clicks the element, if the element is clicked, it's gonna send us the result back or not. But it's not gonna show you what's actually happening, but it's gonna do it internally. It's gonna interact with the APIs, it's gonna send us the results back, what's happening, what's not happening, if it's correct or not correct. The only difference is it does not show you any UI. Because of it, it's a little bit faster, but most of the time what we want to do is we want to test our applications on the real browsers, because we want to the whole purpose of end-to-end testing with Selenium WebDriver is to test the user interactions with the browsers, right? So that's only validated completely and properly when we test it on the real browsers instead of HTML unit drivers and all those sort of things. So yeah, that could be helpful in some cases for you guys, but mostly I would suggest to use the real browsers and real drivers. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for learning this tutorial, and stay tuned for the next ones. Thanks, guys.